should bring the microphone over here. I started the video, I don't even have the microphone, but that's okay. Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you're doing well and having a fantastic day out there, whether it's the morning, the afternoon, evening, or 1:46 in the afternoon, with which I'm starting this video and watching. You're probably, I guess you're not watching it at the exact same time. Today we're listening to a little R.E.M. We're returning to them. We're going to listen to this track, You Are the Everything. This is off of their album Green, 6th studio album, released in 1988. We're listening to this because this was suggested and sponsored by Music Addict. Music Addict, thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you for the support as well. And music is an addiction that don't need no fixing from. Don't need. Wow, that was Southern. Don't need no fixing from. Wow. Listen, let's go ahead and forget about that. Listen to the track. We'll discuss it a little bit after. There we go.
Sometimes I feel like I can't even sing. I'm very scared for this world. I'm very scared for me. Eviscerate your memory. Here's a scene. You're in the backseat, laying down. The windows wrap around to the sound of the travel and the engine. All you hear is time stand still in travel. You feel such peace and absolute stillness still that doesn't end but slowly drifts into sleep. The stars are the greatest thing you've ever seen, and they're there for you, for you alone. You are the everything. I think about this world a lot, and I cry, and I've seen the films and the eyes, but I'm in this kitchen. Everything is beautiful. She is so beautiful. She is so young and old.
Feel good track.
And look at her, and I see the beauty of the light of music. The voices talking somewhere in the house, late spring, and you're drifting off to sleep with your teeth in your mouth. You are here with me. You are here with me. You have been here, and you are everything.
Really nice feel-good melody.
Sometimes I feel like I can't even sing. I'm very scared for this world. I'm very scared for me. Eviscerate your memory. Here's the scene. You're in the backseat, laying down. The windows wrap around to the sound of the travel and the engine. All you hear is time stand still in travel. You feel such peace and absolute the stillness still that doesn't end but slowly drifts into sleep. The greatest thing you've ever seen, and they're there for you, for you alone. You are the everything. For you alone, you are the everything.
So even before the song had begun, You Are the Everything, with a title like that, it's kind of bringing to mind, a love song, an ode to someone just singing how they are, of course, his everything. And that is what we get. But I also feel like there's something maybe not a little deeper than love, because I mean, is there an emotion that's deeper than love? But there's something else to it. There's something in addition to that emotion that comes through. And I think that it's a little bit of nostalgia in the lyrics and especially in the way that he sings. And let's do this all together. Let's you know what? Let's do the lyrics and the music together because it kind of fits in with what I'm kind of saying here. So, one, I love how it sounds like there's some mandolin in here because it has a very light sound and according to the picking and the way that it's played, especially with the depth of the bass. Like, these two things kind of contrast each other but warm each other up. It's like, when you're cold, you sit in a warm bath and you get those chills and it just makes you like, ooh, like it just feels so cozy. So, the bass in here kind of acts as that warmth, that coziness to not the coldness of the mandolin, but the way that it's picking and the tone that it has just balances out really nicely with that bass there. And then the way that Stipe is singing here, to me, it feels so, I have something and I don't want to lose it, which kind of works with the lyrics. Sometimes I feel like I can't even sing. I am very scared for this world. I'm very scared for me. Eviscerate your memory. Here's a scene. You're in the backseat laying down. The windows wrap around to the sound of the travel and the engine. Okay, so he first of all kind of admits like a weakness and a vulnerability of his. He opens up personally. Sometimes I can't even sing. I'm very scared for this world. I'm very scared for me. That's a great line, and we're going to hold on to that for a moment. We'll revisit it later on. In between all this, the rest of the bandmates come in and harmonize and say the light, which to me is almost like a very John Anderson kind of thing, the way that they say that. And I feel like that's almost like asking for a revealing to take sorts, or like something that's hidden to be made unhidden, to be made found, I guess you could say. And I feel like that kind of works in tandem with what he's saying, like, clear your memory, let's set the scene, and then move forward. All you hear is time stand still and travel, and feel such peace and absolute, the stillness still, but doesn't end, but slowly drifts into sleep. The stars are the greatest thing you've seen, and they're here for you alone. You are everything. When I first read the line in here, you're in the backseat laying down, the windows wrap around, at first I was thinking like, in the backseat and we're going to get a story of that, but not quite, because the sound of travel and the engine, and we're going back in our minds. And I feel like this is kind of looking back on perhaps like a road trip of nostalgia. Now, just from personal experience, I think back to being in the backseat of my parents' car when we were going on trips or anything like that and listening to the sound of the road and, little games that you would play in the back of the car and stuff. But this could, of course, go into so many other meanings. But the point is, I think that there's an air of nostalgia here. And here in the chorus, when he says, all you hear is time stand still in travel. Time is standing still in movement, in travel, because the memory is staying still even as currently time moves forward. But that memory, that nostalgia stays still. And just thinking back with really good, with beauty to those past things. Now, he repeats one of the lines, I think about this world a lot and I cry. And I've seen the films in the eyes, but I'm in this kitchen. Everything is beautiful, and she is so beautiful. She is so young and old. I look at her and I see the beauty of the light of music. Now, who could she represent? Could be a lover, could be a mom, could be a sibling, could be so many people. Who knows? Could be none of them. But still, I think about this world a lot and I cry. Just like he says, I'm very scared for this world. I'm very scared for me. I feel like when he constantly refers to the world, I feel like we all have our personal bubble, right? We all have our family, our friends, our relatives. We all have our little space. And it's something that we hold dear to ourselves, but we don't want to lose that, right? So I feel like when he says, I'm very scared for this world, and he's very scared for me, he's expanding that to a global view and a worldwide view that everyone in the world has that little bubble. And just as he would be scared losing his personal bubble, he hopes that other people around don't lose their personal bubble and relationships with those around them. That's what I kind of get. And he's kind of bringing it down to himself as he talks about, I'm in this kitchen, everything is so beautiful, she's so beautiful. Like, these are his memories and his nostalgia. But he's also, speaking of others' feelings and nostalgias as well. The voice is talking somewhere in the house, late spring, and you're drifting off to sleep with your teeth in your mouth. You are here with me. You are here with me. You've been here, and you are everything. You've been here. You've always been there. Repeats the lines here again. And then this repeats as well. The greatest thing you've ever seen. And they're here for you. They're there for you. For you alone. For you alone, you are the everything. Not even you are everything, but you are the everything. Kind of even giving a more totality to that word and to whoever this you represents. And I think that that all works really, really beautiful, especially, like I said, in lieu with the music, which to me has a tinge of nostalgia to it. It could absolutely be a love song, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic love. There's something else that it could be. And I think that it was played really nicely. Like I said, especially that mandolin that it sounds like it's in here, along with the bass. I'm curious about this. Contrary to what many people think, this is not about a person with dentures. Stipe has commented on this line in the past, and this is what he says. I really hate that line, but it is what it is, basically. And I'm really happy to shout this, is when you just wake up and your body is in that paralyzed state, and you're not sure you're awake. And grinding your teeth together or biting down hard is the first acknowledgement that this is real life, not a dream. That's what that line is. It just came off really awkward. I've always regretted that line in the song, so thanks for the chance to speak about it. Okay. So, and you're drifting off to sleep with your teeth in your mouth. Okay. When he explains it, it makes a lot more sense. It makes a lot more sense. I was just kind of reading as like you're drifting off to sleep and you have everything you need. Hence, you are the everything. Like you're perfectly content. You have you're not lacking anything, at least not in a soul kind of way. That's how I kind of was reading that. But yeah, I see what he's talking about there. Let me know what you guys thought of the track, of course, in the comments down below. I appreciate you all watching and being here. Music Addict, thank you so much for the recommendation and for the support as well. And listen, I hope that you guys are doing well. I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day. Hope that you and everyone in your particular bubble are doing well. And I will see you all later. Bye, guys.